3 times in 6 weeks. That's how many times a so-called HOA cop swerved his truck into my mailbox. The last time, he thought he'd crushed it for good. But what he really did was drive straight into the kind of evidence that buried him and the entire HOA board with me watching from the front row. And trust me, when the gavel finally dropped, it wasn't just my mailbox that stood tall. It was the truth. Act 1. The beginning of trouble. I live out on a quiet ranch road, or at least it used to be quiet, until Milton Craig showed up in a beat-up pickup, wearing a vest that said police in vinyl letters you could buy off Amazon. No badge, no authority, just ego. The first crash came early in the morning. The sound was like a shotgun blast, followed by the hiss of an airbag. My mailbox, brand new, built to county code with a breakaway core, stood firm. Milton's truck didn't. He staggered out, red-faced, shouting, "You booby-trapped county property." I walked down in my robe, coffee still in hand, and said flat as I could, "Roads straight, skies clear. You turned into it." He didn't like that answer. He kicked his own tire. It didn't care either. That should have been the end. A grown man, embarrassed. A broken truck. Lesson learned. But no, because Milton wasn't acting alone. Behind him, always circling like a hawk, was Karen Gerwig, our HOA president. Blonde helmet hair, pressed blazer even in the heat, and a voice sharp enough to cut tin. Entrapment. She barked, "That brick box is illegal. We'll see you in court." Thing is, she was wrong. My box had a county stamp. Postal approval. Everything by the book. But Karen didn't care about rules, only control. And Milton, he was her hammer. Together, they decided I was their nail. Act. Escalation and the twist. It didn't stop with the mailbox. One night, I caught Milton's truck idling at 2 May outside my gate. Another morning, I found tire tracks cutting across my ditch. Neighbors started whispering about fences cut clean with wire snips, livestock wandering loose, water lines mysteriously broken, accidents. They called them, but we all knew better. Then came the HOA notices slapped on my gate like scarlet letters. Violation. Weaponized mailbox. They even rushed through a brand new wood post. Rule at 5 One night, clearly written, just for me. I laughed at first. Then I read the minutes they posted online. According to their records, the board had voted weeks earlier, unanimously, to ban my type of mailbox. Except I had been at that meeting, and I remembered 2 people voting against it. The posted minutes didn't match reality. They had been edited. That's when the real fear crept in. If they could rewrite history on paper, what else could they twist? Milton cornered me outside the feed store one afternoon, leaned close enough for me to smell the stale coffee on his breath, and tapped my chest with 2 fingers. "Accidents happen to people too," he said. That one stuck. For the first time, I thought, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I should just pull the mailbox out, replace it with a flimsy wood stick, and call it peace. That night, sitting at the kitchen table, Lena, my wife, laid out every piece of evidence we'd collected. Trail cam clips, timestamps, inspection cards, county permits. Her handwriting was steady, her voice calm. "If we cave," she said, "Milton learns the wrong lesson. Karen learns rules don't matter. And our daughter learns loud people win. Is that what you want her to believe?" I looked at the drawing our little girl had pinned to the fridge, a mailbox with herself standing next to it. Stick figure arms stretched out like a guard. She'd said, "This is me protecting it." That was my breaking point, or maybe my turning point. I wasn't going to back down, so I doubled the cameras, printed every timeline, built a binder thick as a cinder block. Lena logged everything like a nurse keeping chain of custody, and when the HOA thought they could bury me in noise, I decided to bury them in facts. The twist came from inside their own camp. A quiet board member slipped me a note after one meeting. "Check the minutes when they're posted," she whispered. "They won't match what was said." Later, she sent me screenshots of their group chat. Karen at 1:45 a.m. Meet near Bennett's. Bring the truck. No paper. Milton replied, "I'll bring the truck." My jaw went tight. They weren't just negligent. They were conspiring. Act 3. The showdown. Court smelled like lemon polish and paper. Karen strutted in, wearing a storm gray suit. Milton, with his arm in a sling, he didn't need any more. Me, just a clean shirt and a binder full of truth. Their lawyer went first, loud and dramatic. This is no mailbox. It's a wall. A weaponized structure. My client, Officer Craig, was injured by this reckless design. The judge raised an eyebrow. We'll need proof your client is actually law enforcement, he said dryly. Milton shifted in his seat. Then Hubert, my attorney, stood. He didn't raise his voice. He just placed documents on the bench one by one. County permit. Breakaway core with yield slots. Designed to fail safely. Postal inspection card. Approved model. Trail cam footage unedited. Timestamp verified. He slid the drive forward. On screen, Milton's truck swerved deliberately off a straight road, clipping my compliant post. The scratch on his bumper matched the mark on my mailbox, like puzzle pieces. The courtroom went still. Next, Hubert held up the HOA minutes. One version before the crash. 2 votes against. Another, posted at 1:03 a. Now magically unanimous. Who edits the minutes? He asked. Karen took the stand. All smiles. I do. Do you log changes? We post the best version, she said. Hubert didn't argue. He just let the silence weigh on her until the judge scribbled a note. Then came the kicker. The midnight clip from my trail cam. 2 figures at the end of my lane, one in a robe, phone held low like a lantern, the other sliding behind Milton's wheel. The truck nudged forward 3 feet, flash catching the plate, the cracked crescent sticker on the taillight. Then both figures ran. Hubert froze the frame, then clicked to a still from Karen's own morning live stream. Same robe, hem, same slippers. The room exhaled like a balloon popping. Karen's lawyer stammered something about character smears. The judge cut him off. It goes to credibility and motive. Finally, Milton was sworn in. Are you a sworn officer? No. On the morning of the crash, did you turn your wheel right before impact? Jaw clenched. Yes. Did you see the mailbox? Yes. Did you aim at it? Silence. Then, no. The judge looked at the tire arc photo again. The curve toward my post was clear as a smile. He didn't need to say a word. Karen was last. Hubert kept it simple. Did your fob ping the side gate at 1:56? Meow. I don't recall. Did you call Mr. Craig at 1:58? That's board business. Hubert set the gate log on the document camera. 1:56 Gerwig. Side gate. 1:58 Craig. Main entrance. He rested his finger on the line and let the silence do the talking. The judge leaned back, sighed once, and spoke slowly. Physics does not care about bylaws. Timestamps do not care about spin. The record here is clear. He ruled from the bench. My mailbox complied with county code, and the emergency rule was void. The HOA had altered official minutes and would face sanctions. Milton owed restitution for prior damage. Karen's conduct impersonation, falsified records. Midnight vehicle movement was referred to the sheriff and postal inspectors. The gavel hit wood. 1 strike. Final. Karen's face drained of color. Milton stared at the floor like it might open up and swallow him. Me, I just closed my binder, nodded once, and walked out. No victory dance, no smile, just relief. Because when the truth finally gets its turn, it doesn't need noise. Final lesson. Bullies shout, but paper, timestamps, and facts, they win in silence.